Okay, for the scamming little cunts that stalk social media, this is a cigar. It's not drugs. It's not crystal meth, Stephanie DeSalis. It's not pot. It's not cannabis. Same as over here. This is a nagili or shisha or hookah. Stephanie DeSalis. So all these people that made up stories. Oh, Justin's put photos of himself smoking meth on social media. No, I didn't. It was a cigar and a nagili. I don't freaking touch drugs. You deadbeat fucking loser. So Stephanie, we're going for 11 years. 11 years hat trick now, and what you can't think I'm going to shut my mouth after you projected that in America? I don't use drugs. You do. And you stalk social media. You deadbeat ice using fucking little cunt. Okay? And you want me to what? Shut up about it? Nah, not now. I was polite back in 2017 when I thought, fuck, I'll just sweep this under the carpet because, green card to America and everything. Not now. You dirty fucking little lowlifes like Mark Hanna. You're a piece of shit, mate. You're a deadbeat fucking lowy little cunt. You, people affiliated with you, your little fucking Greek copper friend, the scummy little shit fucking piece of shit that's up at Surrey Hills Police Station, the sergeant that you buy your drugs from, you told me that, Mark Hanna. You have a little scumbag pieces of shit lowlife. You're Stephanie DeSalis, you're Brett Aikenheads of the world, you're Peter Fry's of the world. You're pieces of fucking shit. You stalked my social media, saw what I had, and you started harassing my life since 2015. That's a fact, and you only got away with it because my mother never stands up for her own kids. Well, not the kids from the first marriage. Myself and my twin sister, we did good for ourselves, worked hard and so forth. I've only disowned Amanda because of Stephanie Gonzalez. Amanda was told in 2017, don't contact fucking little scrubber cunt Stephanie Gonzalez back, call the cops on her. That piece of shit was told to fuck off in 2006. Call the cops on her, Amanda. Oh, it's too late now. No, it's not, Amanda. Call the cops on her. That's what Amanda was told to do. Mum, oh, I'm sick and tired of this shit. Mum's been no different since she got with her second husband, Mark Rackley. Mark Fleming is her first husband, my father. Mark Fleming's parents is Ruby Jean Hill and Stanley Fleming. Ruby Jean Hill's from Abbotsford. Stanley Fleming's from Botany Bay. Dad's from Parramatta. Dad's a builder. Mum moved to New England that's her house, and then her friggin' deadbeat second husband. I ain't going to get there because I still can't believe her parents died, can't believe her behaviour. So she's spent, what are we up to now? A good over 30, oh shit, how old am I? Fuck. 40 years. Fuck me dead. Or 39 years. Chasing a deadbeat junkie nurse around and sticking up for his family while throwing decent people under the bus, sticking up for deadbeat junkies and drug users that should be dying on the fucking street. I don't have any humanity for people involved in heavy drugs like crystal meth or what else do you used to do? Speed or heroin users. Sorry, mate, that's your life choice. You don't deserve to have any humanity. You deserve to be. You made the life choice to use those drugs. You belong on the street. As far as I'm concerned, I thought fucking COVID was a good thing. I thought it was going to wipe out all these deadbeat druggos. You made the life choice to use ice. You made the life choice to use speed and shit like this. You're a deadbeat fucking scumbag. This is a cigar. This is cognac. I barely drunk alcohol in my life. I have 1.5 drinks. Anyone who knows me knows that in my life, and that's it. It's my limit. Never had alcohol problems in my life. Never had drug problems. Daniel Rackley does. Daniel Rackley's my ex-stepbrother who also lived in Tamworth. Mark Rackley's his father, the nurse that worked at a Freemason nursing home called Moonby House. Daniel and Mark Rackley are affiliated with the Freemason nursing home, as well as other nursing industries and first responder industries, ambulance workers. Plus, they were heavily involved in drugs. Rebels Bikie gang member house that's near Viaduct Park. What else were they involved in up there? Because they're involved in a lot of criminal shit. And then New South Wales Police started attaching their criminal shit to me since 2008. I won't be shutting my mouth now. I can't stand people like that. They should be fucking... The only good drug is a dead one, as my grandfather would say. Don't drag me into it because you're a fucking scummy little shit. I had it. I bit my tongue with even that Belinda Jeffries. Now my ex-partner knows. So Giovanni Consalvo would know, but like, oh fuck, she's like bad. It's like, what do you mean? I was like, she's like Christy. And he goes, drunk Christy, because that's what we call Christy Charles. I'm like, yeah. She's like drunk Christy. Like, you be going, it's like, fucking hell. Like, she's really wiped off her face while I'm supposed to get my hair done. And all the staff aren't happy. Like, she's not paying them wages or anything. Like, I'll be going to get them. Like, I only met her in August 2013, and the staff that she had back then weren't happy. Johnny Sewell, the girls doing my hair, you hear it, the turnover was massive. She had a massive turnover at La Boutique Hair Salon in Double Bay because all her money was going. I witnessed it. I'm there she invited me over to a place. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, she literally is sitting there in the kitchen window snorting over $2,000 of cocaine a night. I witnessed it. So I danced around the subject and missed my words before because I didn't want to be there standing to a magistrate going, yeah, look, I was there spectating, but there's a toxicology report that shows I don't do it. You know, it was so bad that, you know, I was asking my doc to do toxicology reports on the Wednesdays after I was catching up with Belinda. And that's because of it, because she has massive drug and alcohol issues. Okay, massive drug and alcohol issues, Belinda Jeffries. Now, I was polite. You wanted to keep going. I said to you, I'm over there one night and she's there. Oh, you want a vodka? I'm like, I'll have a tea, thanks, or a coffee, Belinda. No, you can handle it, Juzzy. I'm like, I can't. Like, if we're sitting here, like it was on a Tuesday night, I'm like, I'll have one vodka with you. I'm like, well, that's enough. Like, I can only handle. Anyone who knows me knows that, you know, Amanda, my twin sister, and myself were called Cadbury's glass and a half. We're just social. Have a nice little casual drink and that's it. We don't have drinking problems like mum's sister Robin Childs does and Robin Childs' children, or mum's deadbeat second husband's family do. Amanda and myself are just polite drinkers. We don't have issues. Oh, by the way, Stephanie DeSalis, we've all made up stories. So if Amanda would remember this, so would Christy Childs. Amanda's Bon Voyage. I had that massive big bar. So Amanda's Bon Voyage, we decided to have it as a 21st as well in January, 4 months before our birthday party. I'm telling Stephanie DeSalis about the tequila with the worm in it, and you all dared me to eat the worm. Okay, Stephanie's been taking our family stories and twisting them, going, oh, when Justin came out and we drank a bottle of vodka, and I'm like, what, you delusional fucking bitch. No, so this has been going. So I said, John Cabino, I told you guys that John Cabino said she's got delusional fantasies about Justin. She's fucking nuts. It wasn't her sister locked up in a mental fucking hospital in Greece. Her brother's a rapist. Peter DeSalis was in jail for raping an underage girl. She's not there in the head. Okay, I said this. I told you the truth and I gave a good statement to Sutherland Police and they didn't believe it. I was like, okay, you guys are fucked. Either there is a shitload of corruption and New South Wales Police need a real good Royal Commission again like you had in 1997. Because I told you the truth with her. She was stalking our family. She wrote love letters to me in 2005. That's when I started to avoid her. This is before July 2005. Because I was like, holy shit. John was with me. He's like, I told you she's got delusional fantasies for you. I only met her like only a few months before. You didn't know her. She's writing love. She sends me a photo of herself and writes a love letter on the back. She's making up poems and sending me. She's making poems about my mother and sending me. She sees, so before, when I only just, the third time I ever run into her in my life, when after gay and Greek and we go back in my apartment in St. Leonard's, she sees the photo of my mother in a green dress and my mum's mask for the masquerade ball that my mum's going to in 1999. It used to be in my dining room. I used to have it out. It's a beautiful photo of my mother in her gardens. It's lovely when she used to go to balls all the time. And she saw that and that's where she got the idea to have this masquerade ball from my mother. It's like she was so fixated on myself and my family that in 2006 she was told to fuck off and never show her face again. It was beyond stalking. It was creepy. It was creepy. Okay? It was that John Cabino was right. It was fucking goddamn creepy. Now, she did not stop stalking with her delusional fantasies. Okay? And it did not stop. In the last 11 years, New South Wales Police, you are fucking corrupt. You and mental health fucking organisations are fucking goddamn corrupt. This started because some Aboriginal guy, some junkie deadbeat had his nose out of joint. Because I wasn't fucking his ass anymore. He wasn't my partner, it was just a fuck buddy fling. My ex-partner's Giovanni Consalvo. Okay, had his nose out of joint, and the next minute, a whole group of fucking deadbeat druggos are popping up like left, right, and centre. You are the most This country is full of deadbeat corruption within government organisations. Yeah, this here is a fucking cigar, not drugs. I don't do drugs. And if I'm joking around being a smart ass, like my twin sister, oh, you shouldn't be mockery and sarcastic. Yes, Amanda, people can be mockery and sarcastic. Amanda, people can say jokes. Okay, they're not meant to be taken serious. You're meant to have a sense of humour and not take life so seriously. And before you make negligent mistakes in someone's life, ask them. It's the same thing when Giovanni Consalvo and myself were up at Marianne Mihowski's, my auntie, so Uncle Richard Mihowski, Auntie Mary Mihowski, was towards the end of the year in 2015 because Giovanni was still my partner. And we went up and we house sat my uncle and auntie's house. Okay, we're there, then we go over Christy Child's. I'm there having cups of tea and yogurt biscuits like I do. Christy's getting drunker and drunker and it's all fun. And next minute, we're looking at the garden. I said, come and look at this, Gio. It's like there was a 2 for the price of 1 in Bunnings. Doesn't this remind you of Marianne's garden? And Christy had a really nice garden. And here's the funny thing, because my auntie keeps going, your grass has never been so green, Christy. And it's like, yes, it has. Like, you freaking bitch, Marianne, you jealous bitch. So we thought it was going to be hilarious to prank my auntie Marianne. So what we did, we got all the rubbish out of the bin, put it all around my cousin Christy Childs' garden, all the empty bottles, laid down, took photos, and we put it on social media. And we said, oh, Marianne, we've invited Christy over to your place and she invited all her friends and have had a house party and trashed it, and Justin's passed out in the garden. Why that was supposed to be funny was because I'm a Cadbury. Like, if we said Christy's passed out, I was like, oh, Christy won't pass out. Like, seriously, she could have a freaking, like, a bloody barrel of bloody bourbon and whatever, and she'll be still standing. But I have, like, you pop a bottle of cork of champagne with myself and my twin sister and we're giggling. So it was supposed to be this joke, and it worked really well because next minute my auntie Marianne goes, oh, what? Like, I trusted you boys, and even Alison Boyd gets on there and she's like, oh, Marianne, like, the boys are pranking you. And even Marianne's like, oh, bullshit, Christy, your grass isn't that green, like her lawn, and stuff. It's like, it is, thanks very much, that's my garden. Like, we were joking with my auntie Marianne. However, that Facebook post travelled to like over 2,000 people, went to my ex-employer. I had people from my old work bring it up. They go, oh, Just, that's not like you. I'm like, what? Oh, getting drunk and passed out. I'm like, oh, I wasn't drunk and passed out. It's like, oh, the photo on social media. I'm like, it was a prank. Why would you take social media as serious? It's social fucking goddamn media. Why do you take it as serious? It's only social media. Like, it's not real life. That's real life out there. On social media, if I put up stuff through my artwork and this, but if we're just joking around doing mockery pranks on family, like joking around, like that's between us. Why are you actively stalking my social media where you're looking at things and then I turn around and say, well, that was a joke. It was a prank that we played on my auntie. It wasn't real. That was brought up. I'm there in Winter Booth at Mohegan Sun at my work, and that Facebook post got brought up by Jimmy, who I worked with there. I'm in America, and it was brought up. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? The US stalks social media. Fuck you, you dumb cunts. And then there's another post. So here's what happened. I get in now. I'm up on the Central Coast. Still with Gio into the end of 2016. I'm up on the Central Coast there for the Italian festival. And anyway, I bump into Gaetana, Sam Delati's cousin. I haven't seen her since my Christmas party in 2008. Now, I'm sure if I didn't bump into her, I was not going to get invited to. She reckoned she didn't have my number. I was like, okay, back then it was the same number. It hasn't changed since, 2000. I bumped into her. She's like, you got to come to my wedding. It's on the Central Coast. I thought, okay, it's up near Dad's. All right. Anyway, I thought about it. Said, so the last minute, I'm like, so Gio, you want to come to this wedding? And he turned around to be a smart-ass cunt because I left him, my partner, right next to the free prostitute I was fucking around with just using for sex, Mark Henner. And he goes, oh, take Mark. It's like, oh, fucking great. I'm not taking a fucking, that's like taking a whore to a family function, which I have taken a whore to a family function. But that's what it'd be like, like if I run into Johnny Tataro, like he would be like, even Sandra Tataro, his wife, said, Justin, who are you taking to a wedding? I'm like, I'm taking my partner. He goes, oh, good. Like when I was still going to their wedding in 2016, they're like, who are you bringing? I'm like, I'm bringing my partner. I'm bringing Gio. It's like, okay. So you're not bringing any of the other. I was like, no, I'm not bringing my prostitute to your wedding. I'm not that tacky. I'm looking at some straight mates that will bring their prostitute women to some, friends' functions if their wives were away. I mean, I've got a lot of straight mates that have women on the side. I'm just a gay man that has men on the side. So it's no big deal. So, it's between me and my relationship. It's not meant to control, it's my relationship. I instigated the hall pass and told my partner, you can do what you want. I'm just going to fuck around with some deadbeat losers on the side, get out of my system before I move to America. I literally just want, I'll get out of the system before I move to America. So, what happened was, this Mark Hanna goes, oh, he'll go. I'm like, fuck, how do I turn this scrubber into something good to take to this wedding? So I even put him in my suit. And driving up there, and I was looking at the guy going, no, because what if some of Dad's family's there? Because I don't know who Gaetano knows on the Central Coast. I'm thinking, fuck. No, because he was really sort of involved, Mark Hanna, in some shady stuff. Yeah, like he's not a friend, he's nothing, he's just my prostitute. So, I turn off. I know where I was. Oh, because my auntie Marianne and Uncle Richard used to have a house in Wiseman's Ferry when I was a kid. So I knew exactly where I was. I just turned off and drove around. I was like, oh shit, I know exactly where I was. And going the back ways and so forth. And I put all these fake Facebook posts, jokes up and so forth. Turning the phone around going, my car's, we're lost. My car's going up the end of the cliff. And this, it was all just, and I was doing, Blair Witch Project. It was just supposed to be fun, joking around. Next minute, the fucking little cunt stalker Stephanie Nasalis. Again, oh, I know why you were lost. It's because you were using meth. I'm like, I don't use meth. But your face was shiny. I'm like, beard balm and beard oil and bronzer? I don't know how to answer that. It's like, that's insane. You're a deadbeat fucking loser, Stephanie. This fucking weirdo popped her head up in 2015 and started making up stories. She's the reason why I've completely disowned my twin sister. I told my twin sister, like I said earlier on in this video, I told her in 2017, you call the police on her and get her arrested. Amanda carried on the way. She just see you, Amanda. This is not one-off isolated incident. You need to change your way. You've got issues because Mum's brainwashed you. Mum's poisoned you against the Fleming side. Mum's poisoned you against Dad, our cousins, everyone on the Fleming side. You've been brainwashed for almost 47 years. I've watched that as you're kept into a bubble. You're petrified of Mum. You don't speak up. And your whole behaviour is Mum. It's Mum. And you have this disgusting attitude towards everybody in the fucking family. And that's my twin sister, and she'll remain disowned until this gets... I've had a gutful. This rubbish that I'm dragged into the last 11 years, I've had a fucking gutful. I watched my ex-partner pretend to be a fucking carer. Hey, I've had health conditions. Sure, I've got health conditions, got a bad mugging after work, November 30th, 2007. I took a crowbar to the back. But I don't have the fucking issues that people are making out to try and... Oh, we're going to make money off Justin. No, you're not, mate. I had a health condition in 2010. I'm still going on living my life, and I've got a green card to the US, which now I've lost thanks to you guys. So no, I've absolutely had it. I fuck a guy. I shouldn't be affiliated with what that guy does. Okay, it's that simple. And everything was perfect to a maintained level of what you would say what's maintained to a recovery level. As long as you keep maintaining this, you'll have no issues in your life. In 2015, it was perfect. The only thing I had to work out, okay, the only thing was besides the migraines, which I had good medication on back then. Now I've got to there's all this new medication. I'm on an injection again. I've got to pick up. So I'm on my own. I give myself... It's prescription. By the way, when you're looking into my window and you see me injecting, when I've got injectable medication, yeah, my migraine medication's injectable. The injecting into the leg, they're not drugs. I knew you were looking. That's why I did it. I knew you were watching. The whole thing was acting. I knew you were fucking breaking, you're breaking peeping laws, prying laws, monitoring and surveillance laws, which if you ever made a statement and wrote down what you saw inside my own apartment, that's a jailable offence. It's a criminal. You can't do it. I'm waiting to find a document. Since I come back to Sydney, I've been going to every organisation hoping that they're going to be like, we saw Justin in his apartment. Yeah, fuck police, mate. You want to fucking wake up to yourselves, cunts, because you're not immune to the legal system. When I'm there saying that's breaking prying laws, you want to fucking believe it, you little scummy fucking piece of shit? That's breaking prying laws. Okay, you guys can be called into a fucking federal court just like anyone else when you want to behave in your little criminal behaviour. You can't break those laws. Yeah, oh, there we go. Maybe, I did grow up in legal offices with mum. So when you're seeing vitamin B12 serum or the injectables from Jeremy Kumston, which I actually brought to America, funny enough, in December 2014, I don't know where the letter is. Jeremy Kumston, he actually wrote me a letter to take through customs because I had injectables back then. So all this damage here to the face when I got my face smashed in, there's all nerve damage underneath that too. So you can see. So when I got bashed after work, that's what that is there. That's the damage. You can see how the older I'm getting. So my face, you can actually see the damage is there. So there's all nerve damage under here. So I had all this injectable medication, but it's actually prescription medication. It's not drugs. The same as I've got to pick up a script tomorrow in Darlinghurst, and it's prescription medication. It's injectable for migraines. These are scripts. These aren't drugs. It's prescription. I can't believe idiots are like going, oh, he uses drugs, but he was injecting. I'm like, yeah, medication. And it's there. There's a massive this is where I do love as long as my legal team look at this, it's like, well, we're just going to stick to what medical facts are, not what imaginary facts are for mental health. Mental health's imaginary. Mental health work is imaginary, based on your own opinion, theory and opinion. That's not facts. That's just based on what you think. Facts are, scan comes back with a torn meniscus. Okay, torn meniscus, or the damage to my right elbow, the S1, L5 slip disc in the back. We know what the migraines are caused from. The damage down here to the temple, the damage at the back, there's disc damage to my neck, and so forth. Actual documented facts. You test the blood over a series of time and it shows that you've got high lactic levels in the blood. These are documented facts. Your mental health bullshit it's based on your opinion. It's not facts. This is an opinion, okay? And your opinion doesn't trump the person themselves. And I'm there saying, oh, okay, well, that's your opinion. Of what? Because it's not facts. This is solely based on imaginary bullshit of opinions. It's theories and opinions, and you can study all you want at university, you leftist little scumbag, and it's still just bullshit. Okay, you can sit there and be like, oh yes, but trauma this, and now we're doing this because of trauma and doing that. It's like, yeah, well, let me tell you something. I maintained sleep terrors and PTSD and trauma and had a really good life. And you know what maintained it? Stopped feeling that I was living inside a coma. So had large insides, but like high ceilings, big windows in the apartment where it was comfortable. It was airflow. Like I've had a bad injury, like the Glasgow coma. So it's like, okay, the inside space works for me. And how do you feel? I can sleep, I can get up, I can shower. I feel like I'm living my normal life because I'm not compressed into a coma. Okay? So your mental health rubbish of, oh, how about we do this? No, I know what works. I've used what works. And everything was working perfectly before that little abo cunt lied about me in October 2015. That's the thing. You can look through all the photos I've got of myself on social media. I didn't lie. Everything was working perfectly. I've had an injury and there was things in place to maintain that injury. Everything was working perfectly until some little scummy, junky abo lied about me across social media in October 2015. Oh, by the way, when people are watching the DVD, why did I put that DVD up? That's using my place as the set that was filmed in 2006 and 2007. The script writer is Jeremy Patterson, my old neighbour who lived above me, number 2 or 392 Cleveland Street, Surrey Hills. The other person in it, that's Bridget Price. So Jeremy went to America, Bridget Price went to Mexico City. Bridget Price used to work in Marlborough Street. She was an agent to producers in Marlborough Street, Surrey Hills. I just finished acting for film and television at Screenwise in Surrey Hills. We had a gang of people that were involved, just before I was mugged, involved in film and television. Of course, after I was mugged, I didn't stay involved in film and television because I got mugged after work. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have used that as my mule. So, that film, why I show people that is not, oh, we can't move on. No. I'm showing you that the assets and belongings and the clothing and the jewelry and the furniture and everything that you guys have brought up in the last 11 years since 2015 is in that film. So how did I just come into it when it's there in Surrey Hills? That's my argument. How did I just come into this dinner set and silverware or crystalware and so forth when it's there in Surrey Hills? You can see it in the dinner scene. So that's why I shared it. And the photos where you've got that girl with her face scratched out in the photo, that's Melody Patterson. That's Jeremy Patterson's sister who played Rosie, or Cornelia Holt was her other name in it. That's Melody Patterson. That's not Faith Rackley. Other people think that was Faith. I was like, that's not Faith Rackley. And the whole thing is a very Quentin Tarantino film. It is actually about drugs, mafia, and August harvesting. And all surrounding the hotel. It was actually a very good art house film that Jeremy wrote. And we all worked on it so we could put a film together and then try and get it, to a bigger production. So it was a low budget film, and we used my place as the set because we needed a place that looked like an expensive mansion, as expensive like a brownstone basically. And we used my place because if you ever seen my place in Surrey Hills, it was stunning. Like I had really good. I mean, we moved some furniture out because we needed to be able to move through and act for it. So there was things moved around that wouldn't be there in the film the way it was. But that's using my assets, belongings, and so forth in my place. So I worked on that in 2006 and in 2007. Now that film is a really good indication of how long I've owned artwork, expensive items, furniture, jewelry, the diamond ring, other items, the Versace bracelet that got stolen, I think, by Stephanie Salas' friend, one of them. Clothing, jackets. When you walk, there's a bedroom scene and it panders over to all of my Cavalli jackets and so forth hanging up. This is an indicator of the rug. I mean, I've had this rug since 2006. It's there in that film. So a group of criminals lied about me. New South Wales police don't, what are you doing? Harassing me. Go harass the criminals. Okay? And if I fuck a guy, I don't know what that guy's involved in. I'm just having a one night stand with him because I'm a gay man that has always worked and never actually experienced running around having sex. And I didn't. Ever in my life, because I've always worked like 7 days a week before I was mugged. Actually, even after I was mugged, I was still working 7 days a week for Steve Hatchett and Mitri at Chili Pip, 12 hours a day. I never got to experience, and I thought, you know what, I was almost 40 years of age, and I haven't run around or done things that other gay guys had, like have one night stands and do this. I never did that with my life, and I was almost 40. I have worked and worked and worked and never run around, did a beat, there was a couple of times when a friend of mine from work took me to Sussex Street sauna back when we finished work, and I wanted to go get a sauna because I used to go to Jinxing Bathhouse. So he goes, I will take you to sauna. It was fantastic. There was nothing there to pick up, but I still went to the sauna. But there was nothing I did with my life except work. Since 2002, I put myself into so much work that is all I did. I wasn't going out. If anything was going out, it was to do with work. There was no life. There was no gay life. There was no running around having casual sex. I never ever did that where other guys did that. And before I was right into my 40s, I was like, no, I didn't get to do what anyone else I've spoke to have done. It's like, oh, they did this, they did that. It's like, yeah, since 2002, I've been working my ass off. Actually my entire life I've been working my ass off since a teenager, but since 2002 I kept taking second jobs and third job. So instead of just having one main job, I had second and third jobs, which means I didn't even have any energy for sex. So it was this sort of life, and I was like, I'm going to be 40 soon, and I haven't done what people did in their teens. Oh, sorry, teens in their 20s, in their like early 20s, or like 18 or whatever, 18 to early 20s. Like I didn't do anything. I was working. So yeah. Anyway, how long I've got? Okay, I'm going to keep this on the 30 minutes. So I'll upload. So there's the facts. Now, and if I played been smart ass and mockery and sarcastic to Belinda Jeffries, yeah, plenty of times. But that's because she's a cocaine addict. She's a dead. I looked at her and I was like, fuck me dead. She's a wasted fucking druggo. She'd be there asking, she'd be like, oh, Jazzy, I bet this. I'm like, yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. And we did this, and that was that, and this is what it was like at school. It's like, fuck off, you're a loser. Honestly, like, I'd be like, I come home and be like, oh, I need an aspirin, I've got a migraine. She reminds me of dealing with fucking Christy. And Gia was like, oh, drunk Christy. I'm like, yeah, she's a fucking druggo like drunk Christy. But I exercise tolerance and be polite to people. I'm not going to say it to her face. But when she overstepped the boundaries, and I put them up a few times, like, you're really overstepping the boundaries as a hairdresser. As a hairdresser, you are way overstepping the boundaries. And not just a hairdresser, as an alcoholic, drug-fucked, cocaine addict, cannabis smoking hairdresser, you're really overstepping boundaries in my life. I mean, I'm polite. You come over my place. I make cocktails for you. We have cigars and so forth for you in my cigar room. I'm polite. Don't overstep boundaries into my life. Don't start overstepping. You don't get to know. Oh, what do you do? You don't get to know because I don't need to sit there and disclose health problems or health issues. Or if I'm going to, I've got appointments tomorrow. Oh, what are you doing? I've got appointments. I'm not going to sit there to say, I've got to see Professor Brew, I've got to see this, I've got things going on, I've got to maintain stuff. No, you don't have a right, which is where a lot of people need to be taught a lesson. I think it's disgusting. This new thing where people think they can involve themselves in someone's life. No, people need to be taught a lesson. A good lesson about privacy, confidentiality, and prying laws. They need to respect people's privacy. And I haven't had my privacy respected for a very long time. Oh, and if you think I'm an idiot, I didn't know I was getting modern surveillance, then you're fucking stupid. Christ, even Brett Aikenhead's friend Peter Fry told me that he was surveillanced by police. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Playing a prank. I'm like, are you? Because I can't stand Brett Aikenhead, and every time any deadbeat friend of his was coming around, I'm trying to fuck him over. He reckons he was surveillanced by police. I'm like, I want to see if this is real. Let's play a prank on Peter Fry. And like, she was like, who is he? I'm like, a friend of Brett Aikenhead's. Brett must have sent photos of me to his friends. I'm walking Baxter, my dog, around Reg Overside of Rushco's Bay Park, and he walks up to me, says he's a good friend of Brett's. I'm like, who the fuck is this loser? Because I just met Brett Aikenhead when I brought the dog off him in April 2015. I didn't know the guy. So his friend, so I was like, fuck this, watch these little pranks. Oh, don't worry, my ex-partner Joe kept saying, oh, don't do that. What if you get in trouble for what? For playing a prank? Fuck off. These people are losers, man. They're fucking deadbeats. Seriously, I wish my fucking family woke up to themselves and gave me more credit than what they fucking do. Seriously. By the way, that Peter Fry did drug me on G. He did. Freaked the shit out of me. And as soon as he did that, I was like, fuck this. I told Gio. I was like, I know he did. He goes, how can you prove? I said, can we prove? He goes, it's not going to show up in toxicology reports. I'm like, Gio, I know he did. I know he fucking did. Now, then I made sure, like I said, I was like, nah, fuck this. I've got to get him to do something. I need to get a statement from him. I've got to do something to make sure I've got fucking these scummy shit people who Brett Aikenhead back. Anyway, why I didn't pursue it was my mother did say this in 2018. She goes, Justin, what are you doing? You're going to waste your life away? You're going to, sit in Sydney and try and get revenge on all these deadbeats? They're fucking deadbeats. You're going to stay here and get revenge? You've got a green card to the US. You still got all your money from the sale of the investment property. You still got your assets and belongings. You were moving to America, I thought. How come you're not going to? I was like, you know what, Mum, you're right. No, you're right. Mum paid she only paid the insurance. I already paid the removaling costs. I had over $200,000 still in the bank. I owned my condo in America, and I went to the States. But these scumbags followed me to America, basically, all the false information. So I came back, and you really fucked up when I lost my permanent residence status. Like I said, if Mum woke up to herself, she's dying of cancer. We're not, I was looking to move there. Oh, fuck it. What, you think I'm going to... Can you hear the shit in the background? I mean, this is disgusting. Like, living in a housing commission, it's foul. These people are disgusting. They're deadbeat druggos with mental health fucking issues. They're just fucking disgusting people that are involved heavily, obviously been involved heavily in drugs their entire life. They've probably been born and raised in housing commission. Their parents have probably been born and raised in housing commission. Their grandparents are fucking probably born and raised in housing commission. You meet people and they're like, oh, I've been in housing commission for 20 years. I'm like, you know what? That's nothing to boast about. Like, I see housing commission as, okay, right, this is just, go back to studies. It's temporary. It's, a place just to, it's temporary. You go back to studies, you go back and get a better job and get out of housing commission. I don't see housing commission as being something that you're going to spend the rest of your life in. But these people see it as something, it's their life. It's, their parents were in it. Their grandparents were in it. They've been in it for over 20 years. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. That is not something to be proud of. You've been in housing commission for 20 years. I reckon they should have a cap on it. Like, make it, 5 years. 5 years to turn your life around. 5 years to connect with it. You've got disability is different. But if you're a single mum with kids, I think, Jesus Christ, I think 5 years to get on your feet, love. You don't have a disability. You can work full time. Your kids can go into after school care. I mean, my mother worked full time. My dad worked full time. I never saw my parents growing up, and I had a great life. You don't have to be there for your kids. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I believe that parents should be working full time. Okay, my mother, she would tell her boss and be like, okay, like say I had a school play on once, and mum didn't know she could leave. She was working for Lions Barnett Kennedy, and she didn't know she could leave. Anyway, she did. She got some time out to see it. Some bosses are normally, they're understanding. Like, if I was a boss and a mother said, look, my kid's got a pageant at 3 o'clock. I really need, an hour off. Like, I'll work through lunch and do it. Like, you'd let him do it. Like, people aren't that asshole, but you can be working full time you're not disabled. You don't have a disability. You don't have a health problem. You just had kids. Okay, you only had kids. Having children is a disability, and that doesn't mean I don't like children. I got so many. Like, I'm on my mum's side, I'm one of the oldest. On my dad's side, I'm one of the youngest. There's I've got nephews and so forth. But I've grown up with 2 full-time working parents. Okay, so you can be working full-time. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have a health problem. You had kids. And if you had marital problems, that's not a disability. Oh, you chose the wrong husband and he was like this towards you. That's not a disability. That's your life choice mistake. Okay? Well, I mean, I think people should be going back to educating women on who you think's appropriate to go out with. Or what you think's appropriate in lifestyle. I look at the difference between my half-sister that my mother had with her second husband and my twin sister. My twin sister went for university, traveled America, lived in America, educated herself, had a good job, never ran around with men, never had boyfriends, come back, bought a house, settled with a guy, got engaged properly, got married, planned for children, and had children. That's what people should be doing in society, not, oh, I fell pregnant. What do you mean you fell pregnant? What do you mean you fell pregnant? You planned for children. Normal people that don't have a mental disorder do not just fall pregnant. You plan for children. It doesn't just, oh, we fell pregnant. Like, oops. You're like, how could this happen? You didn't have sex education? What do you mean I can't believe people are so like this. My twin sister wasn't. Okay? You planned. My parents planned for children. My parents got the house, got engaged, they courted. Mark Fleming and Carol Purdy, they courted, they dated, they got engaged, they got a house, they got married. They planned for children. They both had, good careers. Okay, that's a normal life. I had a normal upbringing like that. But besides what my mum had with her second husband, I had a normal upbringing with my own parents together. It's only my mum's second husband's it's his family that deadbeat losers. My mum's second husband's like these people here where I live. Everywhere around me, it's like, oh, the Rackleys would love these people. It's like living around the Rackleys. They're low-life, deadbeat losers of people like these people in Housing Commission. That's what the Rackleys are like. Okay, I'm a Fleming. You know, the same as like they all did. You get married, you have kids. You know, you really do try not to get divorced because, well, you know, you should have chosen. Like you should be working. Like yeah, I'm not a big believer of divorce in straight couples. Like you're not gay. You know, you're not two men. You should be really working on how to make that work. But if you have to divorce, then you divorce and you do things right for you. You know, you don't go off and run around. You then go for the same motion again. Okay? You've got to rebuild and you've got another place and you keep educated and you keep work going and then you court someone and you get engaged and you get married. You know, you don't do what these people do here. This is serious mental health issues. If you're having children outside of marriage, you have something seriously wrong with you. If you can't commit to a marriage, okay, when you're straight, I mean, it's different. Like homosexual, look, I can't choose. You're born homosexual, okay, but you know, straight society, okay, if you've got something wrong with your head, if you honestly be like, oh, we feel pregnant. No, no, no. No, and you know that's like our prime minister at the moment. Our prime minister. This is why Australia is in such a mess. He is a deadbeat loser. What have we got? Okay, it's 10 minutes after the time. I wanted to close this off. He is a disgusting deadbeat loser, dragged up in housing commission. His mother did not have a boyfriend, wasn't courting anyone, went on a cruise ship unchaperoned. Unchaperoned. This is disgusting. From Australia to the UK, she slept around on a cruise ship. She's a female. She's not a gay male. She's a female, and she slept around on a cruise ship with complete strangers. She didn't know the people she was sleeping with. She was on a cruise ship to the UK. She screwed around, and then lo and behold, she comes back to Sydney and she's pregnant. Oh, that's what happens when you're a dirty low-life whore. She should have been locked up in that bad women's association there in King's Cross. You know, the kid should have been taken off her. And Anthony Albanese did not know who his father was until he was almost an adult. Did she? How many men did she sleep around with on that cruise anyway? I mean, was there a DNA testing done? Because, you know, she just, you know, potluck that it was one of the guys that she says. I mean, it could have been several guys she slept with. You know, you don't know if his name's Albanese. You know? It could have been any of the guys that she screwed around with. That is not normal behaviour from women. That's just wrong. I don't care. You leftists want your equality. There is a complete difference between men and women. I didn't vote for equality. Okay, you know, people that think that but men and women are equal. No, they're not equal. And the same as I was raised to, you know, walk on the side of the footpath, like Reg used to always tell me, I'll walk close to the gutter because if a car comes down and, you know, there's a puddle and it splashes, it's going to splash you, not, you know, that's how pop used to be. Fine, it might be old school, but it's still chivalry, it's still nice. The same as I wait for women to get on and off the bus or on and off a train is exactly, or in and out of a doorway, is how pop raised me. And I don't think that's a bad thing. This whole insanity that people are trying to start in the world, it's like, okay, there's no equal. This is insane. The equality is insane. Equality does not exist in the world. There is no equality when it comes to genders. There's no and there shouldn't be. It doesn't work. This is insane. It's almost like forcing people into communism. There's no equality when it comes to nationalities or countries. We are all different. We all start off different. The equality doesn't work. It's like saying communism works. It doesn't. And you're not going to force me into it. Okay, because last time I checked, I still have freedom. Okay, and I can make my own mind up for myself what I want to live in, and I don't believe in equality. That simple.